So it's been a while since I set up this studio space, and since then I've been pretty busy with work projects as well as personal projects, and I just haven't really had time to properly furnish this home. Simultaneously, I've also been developing a growing Pinterest obsession with designer furniture, specifically designer lamps. The only issue is that these lamps literally cost thousands of dollars. So, in the spirit of Hans Lab, it was about time that I tried my hand at creating one of my own. So, in this video, I'll be designing and fabricating my first piece of custom furniture, a floor lamp. I'll be walking through the entire design process in 3D using Blender, as well as the full fabrication and building process. And hopefully at the end of all that, I'll have a cool new floor lamp. This is Hans Lab, designing and fabricating a custom floor lamp. Hope you enjoy. Okay, so for the design portion of this, I'm going to be using a 3D software called Blender. I'm mainly just going to be referencing a lot of this behind me, which is a mood board that I've built up over the past few weeks, and just kind of brainstorming while referencing ideas from that. Also, while designing, I'm kind of working within certain boundaries because I know this is something that I'm planning to physically fabricate. So I'm keeping in mind what materials I'm going to use, and that kind of informs a lot of the decisions I make. So yeah, I'm just going to spend the next few hours trying to come up with something, and we'll go from there. Okay, so I think I have something that I like. I came up with this, which is kind of like this asymmetrical offset kind of design, as well as it incorporates an indirect lighting kind of approach, where the light will actually be coming from the wall behind it that's being illuminated. We'll see how much of it actually translates into the final product, but yeah, I'm very excited to try to make this. Alright, so that's it for the design process. That's the easy part. Now for the hard part, which is to fabricate this in real life. So yeah, let's get started building. First step is to mark everything out and prepare it for cutting. I'm going to be cutting some 12mm plywood as well as 3mm aluminum. Next, I'm laying out my makeshift track saw. Please don't make fun of it. And I'm just cutting out the plywood for the concrete mold. I'm just creating a small open box that's about 2 centimeters tall, and I'll be pouring the concrete into that. So here I'm just pouring the concrete. I'm just trying to go slow and get as even of a pour as possible. Next, I'm cutting out the aluminum base plates that I marked out earlier, shot from this terrible camera angle. And finally, I'm cutting out the 15mm aluminum framing, which will serve as the main body of the lamp. So here I'm laying out all of the components for this build, just so that I can kind of mentally map everything out. So I'm going to be working my way top down, starting with the upper brace, which is the more complicated of the two. There's a lot of different ways to connect aluminum framing together, but I decided to go with these D brackets along with self-drilling metal screws. Here I'm installing the mount for the steel cable. Basically, the design of this lamp is kind of a hybrid between a floor lamp and a pendant lamp, so the main light fixture will be suspended in a sense. And here I'm just stringing the steel cable through. And pretty much the same process for the bottom brace minus the steel cable. So because the main light fixture is suspended from a steel cable, it can kind of just spin freely, which I don't want. So the bottom brace is mainly there to prevent that. I also didn't want to install two D brackets because it would look kind of ugly. So I 3D printed this little stabilizer piece which will slot into the bottom brace and keep the fixture from spinning. So now I'm prepping the aluminum base plates to drill mounting holes into. I'm also clamping them together to save time on drilling. Now I'm just lining everything up and drilling the mounting holes into the actual frame of the lamp. And I'm just using some M4 bolts to secure everything together. And here's me in some short shorts, opening up a freshly delivered LED strip from Amazon. And here's a terribly out of focus shot of me soldering the power cable to the LEDs. And after that, I begin the excruciating process of routing the cable through the frame and out of the back of the lamp. And after all of that hard work, I realized that I forgot to install the bottom brace. Luckily, I was able to just desolder and fix it off camera though. And here are some custom 3D printed light diffusers. The concrete that I poured has been curing for about 72 hours, so it's time to demold it. So this is kind of the home stretch. I'm attaching the brackets to the concrete base first. Then I'll be attaching the rest of the lamp to those brackets. Just measuring and getting everything lined up and marking where the mounting holes would be. And I'm just securing everything with more M4 bolts. And last but not least, I'm adding some 3D printed trimmings and caps. As well as a 3D printed spacer to prevent the aluminum plates from bowing inwards. So that was designing and fabricating a custom floor lamp. I hope you enjoyed. As you can see, I've got it set up here and I'm actually really happy with how it turned out. But yeah, I had a lot of fun creating my first piece of furniture and I'm really excited to make more. And speaking of more furniture, as you can see on this side, they're looking a little empty. So I'm probably gonna have to come up with something to fill this space. I actually have some ideas already in mind, but I'll save that for another video. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.